Hey everybody, a really exciting news for you in the 8.6 Blackout. Now, I have said for over a year now that what this caliber needs is a cheap, affordable option chambered in 8.6 Blackout. The ammo is already expensive and all of the guns seem to be very premium as well. We need some guns for the average guy, and I think that Bear Creek Arsenal has done that with their 8.6 Blackout upper. I have groups to show you, I have reliability to show you, all coming up here very quick. Big thanks to the sponsor of this video, Z Grills. Z Grills has a pellet smoker that I've been using for the last couple of months. I absolutely love it. Right now they have an amazing deal going on where you can get a free replacement and then another one and another one. I think it's up to like 10 replacements. Insane deal. It's summertime. I've been smoking. I hope you've seen some of my cooking videos. There'll be a little bit more, and I also started a sub channel called Eagle Cooks. It will be linked down below, just a spot where I can share some of the randomness that happens outside on the grill. Big thank you to supporters of our channel, Z Grills. They really do make a high quality smoker. I previously was using a Pit Boss smoker. I thought I liked it a lot. After a couple of years, it showed quite a bit of signs of wear and rust, and I could just tell that it wasn't a super quality item. I had dreams of getting something expensive like a Traeger, but it just didn't make sense to spend money on something like that. That's when I found Z Grills. Z Grills makes a really premium grill. When I took it out of the box and put it together, it was very apparent just in the way that it went together, the materials. I got to touch and feel and see everything as you put it together. It was easy to tell that it's quite a bit better than just your average grill from a box store. So again, thank you to Z Grills. I hope you enjoy some of the content. Take advantage of their deal that they have right now. Link is down below for Z Grills. So let's talk about the Bear Creek Arsenal 8.6 Blackout upper. This is a 16-inch version, and I shot it with the muzzle brake that was provided with the gun. We're gonna do a breakdown of this upper receiver here very soon, where we take it apart and kind of see what's going on inside, check all the specs. So far, so good. Now up here on top, I've got an LPVO. This is from AT3 Tactical. They sent this out for me to review, and I was gonna put it on a 5.56 build. It probably will end up on a 5.56 build as well, just for some testing. But it comes out of the box with the mount. It's got a flip up cover. I really do like this optic. We'll do a full review on it later. We can kind of talk about some of the pros and cons. It's a 1-to-4, and it was adequate to throw on here to do the testing that we did today. I've mentioned this a couple of times. Bear Creek is getting a lot of hate. There was a video from Reno May. He was really talking down on Bear Creek with his 7.62 upper, and I think that we all just need to keep in perspective what Bear Creek provides to us in the marketplace. Now, full disclosure, I am an affiliate of Bear Creek. If you click and buy something through my link, I get a very small kickback that helps to support the work. Also in disclosure, Bear Creek did send me this upper, but there was no deal made behind the scenes that I have to give this a positive review. In fact, they said absolutely nothing about that. They didn't tell me that they want to see a copy of the video before I release it. They didn't tell me anything. They just said, here, we think you'll like this, give it a shot, and we gave it a shot. Let's say you're a guy that has a go-to-war gun. It's a 5.56, a premium build. You spent way too much money on it and you absolutely love it. Great, good for you. You should have one of those. We all should. I do, you do. We all have our nice gun. But let's say that you want to kind of play with one of the new calibers that's out there. 6 ARC is out there. 6.5 Grendel is one of my absolute favorites. You've already got a nice lower. Why don't you just go pick up an upper from Bear Creek? That is where they shine. They provide a reliable, economical option for you to try some different calibers. For me, I have had good success with the Bear Creek items. It's not necessarily something that I'm going to go to war with, but I would 100% take it on a hunt. This 8.6 Blackout upper ran absolutely flawlessly. We ran some Howworks ballistic ammo, which is some of my favorite. We ran some stuff from Callaway, and then Milford Munitions had sent me some supersonics about 6 or 8 months ago for me to use for testing, and I ran a lot of it, about 100 rounds of that supersonic, 250 grain, really nice load, and I'll show you the groups here in just a little bit. We can talk about how it performed. I was thinking, and I might have said it in a previous video, that this is the 416R barrel. It is not. It's the 31 chrome barrel, the CV barrel. It's not the premium like we had over on the 308 that we talked about in one of the last videos. This one is the standard barrel material that it's made out of. Apparently they did a pretty good job with the crown, the rifling, the chambering. I had absolutely no problems with chambering. And when you're shooting a wildcat, it's not uncommon to have some problems. I also shot some tumble on impact from Fort Scott Munitions. Now, previously, I've tested this quite a bit. I've run 5 or 6 boxes of it, and previously, it did not shoot great for me out of my 8-inch barrels and my 12-inch barrels. This being a 16-inch barrel, it shot pretty well. Here's the first group that I'm going to show you. I cut these out so they'd be a little easier for me to put up on camera. There is a 5-shot group of the tumble on impact. It was about 1 3/4 inches. Not too bad considering that it wasn't shooting very well at all out of my 8-inch guns. I actually have about 15 or 16 different targets. I probably should have given you an average, but I did not add that up. Here is a 1/2-inch group with the Hot 250. It says Hot 250 on there. This is the Supersonic 250 bullet from Milford Munitions. Now, Milford does not have this ammo available for sale yet. They're hoping to very soon. It's kind of something that's been in the works. They're going to have a supersonic and a subsonic out eventually. This was some of the testing stuff that I got in, but stay tuned. Milford Munitions is a great source for brass and eventually some loaded ammunition down the road. A 1.1-inch group of the Hot 250 and a nice 0.6 group also in the supersonics from that same Hot 250 load. This gun really seemed to like that. It hasn't shot as well out of some of the others. I haven't shot it suppressed because I don't 100% trust that bullet with a suppressor yet. Again, experimental ammo. You want to make sure that you don't have any problems with baffle strikes and things like that. It's just not worth it. As I mentioned, I shot several hundred rounds. I've got groups like these that I cut out. There's 5 or 6 pages of groups. The gun did really well. I had absolutely no problems at all with it. Taking a little bit of a closer look here at the bolt carrier group. Staking looks fine. It's a little light on one of them, but 3 out of the 4 are pretty great. Pulled this out of the box and sprayed some Ballistol on it, which is my go-to. Ballistol is now a sponsor of the channel. Happy to have them on. If you haven't used it, we'll talk more about them later. Hose this thing down with some Ballistol, put it in there, and had absolutely no problems with feeding, ejection, double feed. I used 2 magazines just to make sure there wasn't something going on with a different magazine. Unfortunately, I only have PMags for AR-10. Pretty much run those exclusively. I can't say that the higher round capacity ones work. I only tried the 10 rounders. That's what I like to run in the AR-10 guns. They seem to work well for me. These groups I was very happy with. I was taking pictures and sending them to my buddies, and a lot of them couldn't believe that this was from the Bear Creek gun, but happy to report that if you need a cheap upper, you're wanting to jump into the 8.6 and try it out and see what it's about, I think the Bear Creek is probably worth your time and money. All right, so where do we go from here? I am going to probably throw a suppressor on here at some point. That'll be coming up in a couple of weeks. We have several other builds to get to between now and then. We're gonna throw some more rounds through this, definitely. I would like to keep shooting supersonics maybe do some reloading for it. We are running out of time because this will be in the giveaway, and I do have a clue for you. If you don't know what's going on, you're gonna have to go back and check some of the other videos, but your clue is 20 letters. The phrase that wins the prize is going to be 20 letters long. That's not how many words there are, it's 20 total letters in the phrase. So this upper will be in that giveaway. I'm mostly interested in 8.6 Blackout as a subsonic gun, but one of the things about the 8.6 is that it is wildly underrated as a supersonic caliber. Now, given that this is a bit of a one-trick pony, it's nice that it does have another side in the supersonics. Shooting a big heavy bullet, 1900, I've seen up to 2100, I've loaded up to 2100. So it does have some options in supersonic, and if you're on the fence about having one gun or another, I like this because I can shoot the big fat subs, and then I can drop down to a 210, go over 2000 feet per second, and really go out a little bit further, have some more knockdown power at a little bit longer ranges. There is still lots of 8.6 stuff that we have not even touched yet. I'm very close to getting my SBR Q fix out of SBR jail. It should be here very soon. I've already showed you a couple of pictures if you follow us on Instagram or Twitter. And we are also very close to pulling the trigger on our custom Faxon build with the Mostech barrel, Timber Creek chassis, and that really great Elfman tactical trigger. That's a RIM 700 build. It's basically mocked up. I need to put a scope on it, and what else do we need to do? We need to do final assembly on that, as well as put a scope on it. And I think the stock came in from Palmetto State Armory, so we've got a pistol brace to put on there as well. I think all of that's here. We just need to find the time to get it together and run out to the range and test that one. Now, the Bear Creek is a 1 in 3, which is what most of 8.6 Blackout is, but this Faxon build with the Mostech barrel is a 1 in 5 twist. Wanted to play with that a little bit, see if there was some more accuracy to be had there. More to come on that. Thank you again to Z Grills. You guys check out Z Grills if you're looking for a smoker. I think you'll like it. Okay, thanks for watching. Can't wait to show you more.